Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another videos, another paid request, this time for Nate. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, reviews, tier lists, topics, reactions, commentaries, video game playthroughs, what have you, I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. Just feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And so this, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to talk about with this movie. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to describe this movie. This is one of those weird-ass cult films from, I guess, 1980? Because I guess it was made in the 70s, didn't get released till 1980. It's directed by Richard Elfman, who's Danny Elfman's brother, who did the music for Batman, the 1989 film, Batman Returns, worked a lot with Tim Burton, Sam Raimi, he worked on a lot of stuff, Danny Elfman. And his brother directed this. And then Danny Elfman himself, he's an actor in the movie playing Satan. He did the music. This might have been the first movie he did music for. And I guess it's a black and white movie. It's an hour and 15 minutes long. It's based on the stage performances of the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo. Which, I mean, Danny Elfman had that band, Oingo Boingo. They appeared in movies throughout. I think Back in School with Rodney Dangerfield, they appeared in that. This is a movie that's trying to be very bizarre, absurd. I mean, completely absurd. I think some people could get enjoyment out of this for how fucking weird it is. It's like Three Stooges, but at the same time, German Expressionism, but at the same time, trying hard to be so weird that at times, for me personally, it got old quick. A little goes a long way. I will admit, even though it's only an hour and 15 minutes, I got a bit tired of it about 20 minutes in. But I did watch the whole thing. But I'm just saying, there's some people may watch this and go, wow, this is a very weird, trying to be Rocky Horror Picture Show type. Except in black and white. And I know the director said, oh, well, we didn't mean to offend. Come on, dude. You literally have a character who every scene she's in is got the titties out. I appreciate it. But you got the titties out in every scene with her. Not that I'm complaining. The very first scene, because it sets up where it's this house where this group of people live, but before they leave there's another guy that was there. And it's very cheap production, very cheap set, where the house is like a painting. When they're inside, it means like the doors are painted. It's something you would see at your stage, your school play. Not even stage play, your school play. But that's kind of the purpose of it. The beginning is a character named Huckleberry P. Jones, who's a pimp in fucking blackface. It begins with blackface. I know the director team much later, he was like trying to digitally change it to a clown face. I mean, it was it's fucking thing, man. But it's on YouTube, as far as I know, right now for free. And something happens to him. Oh, he enters the door to the 6th dimension. Just couldn't quite get to the 8th dimension like Buckaroo Banzai, but we're at the 6th dimension. I don't know what's wrong with 5th or the 4th dimension, but whatever. We're at the 6th dimension. And when you enter there, it turns to a bit of a cartoon where he's like running in the dark. Decent, cartoon, that old school cartoon look. And you tell from the opening credits, it's purposely trying to be this weird, surreal, absurd cult film with the way how the cast are introduced and this cartoon type of background. And the music by Danny Elfman and his group works for the movie. I would say it's probably the highlight is the music. And then we're introduced to the Hercules family. We have the daughter, who I guess went to France and now she just speaks in a French accent, a bad one, named Frenchie. her brother, and like they're kids, but they're like in their 40s or 50s. So her brother is a guy that reminded me of Jackie Mason almost in Caddyshack 2 with a big propeller. But I guess actually he was more like a Brooklyn, New Yorker. But he had like the face of Jackie Mason. He's that old, hey, how's it going? Then they have a brother who doesn't talk and makes these weird noises. He's got a full beard. There's Mom and Pa. Not Mom and Pa Kettle, but just Mom and Pa. And one of them like has like a German accent, which is funny because nobody else has that. But you're not supposed to make sense of this, for fuck's sake. So again, it's trying to be that 1930s type of comedy where the sound effects and certain stuff is of that era of zaniness. And we did a bit of them and how they interact with each other and when they're at school. The teacher is a guy in women's clothes. It's funny that they have blackface twice in the movie, one at the beginning. Because there are black people in the movie. When they're at the school that's pretty much painted. Like everything is painted. There are black people in there. And again, they act like little kids, but they're all, again, in their like 40s or 50s. They even take a page from Three Stooges. I remember one of the Three Stooges, there was the singing the alphabet A, B, A, B, A, B, B, I, B, 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 O, B, O. But they do their own version. Where eventually, like, one is like, G is J, D, 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 D. F is fuck, F-U-C, T-T, you know. And one of them, I forget the individual, he was a good dancer, doing some really good, nice movements. Even the robot, that guy was really good. I don't know what his name was. But Frenchie gets tired of it and like jumps through the window. And eventually she goes at her home. There's a door you're not supposed to go in, goes to the sixth dimension. By doing so, you go into this like cartoon version of intestines. And then when you pop out, there's like a painted backdrop of an ass that she falls out of the middle because she was shit out. There's like a black backdrop, but like lines that look like an ass. And in the sixth dimension, there's the Queen, Susan Tyrrell, who kind of looks like Ursula from Little Mermaid. And I remember this actress. She was in that movie Angel, the exploitation film, which I liked her in that. I think she was in the sequel as well, Angel 2. Her hubby is, and I forget his name, you know the guy in Fantasy Island? Deplane, boss, deplane. The little guy. Deplane, boss, deplane. He's in this. Now, I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, because many, many years later, I think in the early 90s, he passed away by ending his life. I think Peter Dinklage did a movie playing him. Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones and all that. But yeah, the Deplane, boss, Deplane. He's in this. And just the weird shit, like you have these two bald guys. They either have boxing gloves or just earlier standing there and they tell like and this goes on. There's a guy with a frog head who's in a suit. He's getting ready to wait tables at the pristine, classy restaurant. Fucking Thai business. He got a frog head. Susan Tyrrell and the guy from Fantasy Island, the little guy, they'll have dinner, and in their dining table, there's a guy hanging from wires being the candles. Literally a guy from wires just hanging there, and he's holding the candles. Uh, and the queen's daughter is a topless lady. Sometimes you get these little cartoon things that pop up that remind you of that like Monty Python type of cartoon. Ultimately, the wannabe New Yorker Brooklyn but Jackie Mason guy with the propeller on his head, and the other guy that doesn't talk makes these weird noises. I sort of like he sits and it sounds like fart noises coming out of him. They go in, they go through the whole intestine thing, they try to search for her. The little guy from Fantasy Island likes Frenchie. The queen don't like that shit. Homie ain't playing that. The two guys that arrived, if they see these girls that are chained up, they'll just hump them. And sometimes this goes on forever. And just humping equals funny in this movie. At one point, those two find the ex-queen. I like the ex-queen's trying to explain everything, and the guy's just humping her. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, Pa and Ma are back home. Pa's working. He puts the cigarette down. His place where he works at blows up. He jettisons out into space, which I don't mind that old kind of cool looking Monty Python type of cartoon. I wish the entire movie was done in that way. And when he lands, he sees his wife, Ma, in bed with the guy with blackface on. There's a guy in blackface talking. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. And like I said, it's only an hour and 15 minutes, but this shit, like I said, a little goes a long way. After 20 minutes, I kind of wanted off the ride. And that's the thing with this, is that I don't think it works in the long run. Yes, there are weird movies out there, but there's weird for weird's sake. I didn't really find it funny. It's not, oh my god, I was offended. It's just like, this is pretty fucking stupid, but it's meant to be pretty fucking stupid. Joe Spinell is in this. Yes, Joe Spinell, who was in Maniac in 1980. Granted, again, this was filmed years before. He's in one scene as a sailor who is with the mother of this guy who's a friend of Frenchie. And the guy, his brother, who dresses up in girl clothes, is trapped in the sixth dimension. And this guy is always picked on, and there's a guy and his brother, but he calls his brother his sister because he wears women's clothes. And the brother called the sister, they're there. The guy, I don't remember their fucking names, is picked on by Joe Spinell, giving him shit while he's in the sailor outfit. Saying lines like, I got a hard on that won't wait. And him and the kid's mother treat him like shit. I think Squeeze, like the kid's name is Squeeze or Squeeze or something. Because it cuts to Squeeze on the rescue or on the way, and he's squeezing through. But fairly soon when he gets there, he meets Satan, or Satan, whatever the fuck his name is, played by Danny Elfman. Who probably, it is a musical. There's a lot of musical numbers throughout it. I can't really say I gave a shit. I guess if there's a best song, Danny Elfman had it. He's given with a bit of gusto and as being Satan, which ends with him cutting the guy's head off, but the guy still is able to talk. It ends with, spoilers, the propeller wearing motherfucker and his motherfucking brother with the fucking beard. They go in the fucking thing, and it looks like they're gonna be fucking going to dog chow, but they fucking get out of it because the big motherfucker took his steroids and spinach and opened up the fucking thing. They go to the fucking thing, they find the fucking ex-queen. Guy's humping the fucking ex-queen, but doesn't know penetration. They just take off the fucking pants first, you don't fucking hump her and shit. And then they get the fuck out, then the ex-queen fucks off, and then those two try to find Frenchie, and Frenchie's trying to get with the little guy for Face the Island, going deep plane, bust deep plane, I'm gonna put deep plane in the pussy. And then the fucking Ursula wannabe fucking Susan Tyrell queen is pissed off and wants to kill the fucking Frenchie lady, and the fucking Frenchie lady tells her to go fuck yourself and gets the fucking fraud guy, the fucking nuts, and he goes up, and I guess, I feel nuts, I feel pain on my nuts, so I'm gonna just jump to my death. It's not that bad, this is going to get better, trust me. I've never been kicked in the nuts, but I've had them grazed. It gets better, trust me. You don't have to die, but if fucking guy dies, and the S-Queen fights the Queen, and the S-Queen falls to her death, so she was fucking useless and pointless. Why the fuck did she was even in the goddamn movie? She didn't result in anything. And then Ma, while Paul's out there doing whatever, his impersonator of Jesus on a crucifix, Ma comes in with a gun, shoots the Queen bitch, and then they all get free, they all celebrate, even though the one guy had his head cut off, and seems like no one notices, and no one gives a shit, and no one wonders, say, hey, can we maybe put his head back on? Can we do anything? I'm not worried about him. It seems like most of them don't even know they're fucking there, or he's fucking there, and at the end, they all sort of march out and celebrate, and look, we're singing their songs, and this is probably a film no one's ever fucking heard of, and no one's fucking seen. And goddamn, man. I'll say one thing. If you like weird-ass cult movies, and it's, again, an hour and 15, you can give it a watch. Maybe So Bad is good, or So Weird is good for people. Again, okay, I saw it once. Can I say I'm a fan of it? No. Would I recommend it? No, but at the same time, watch any movie you want. I think some people may get just the weirdness, have fun with that more so than I did. And I'm like, fucking Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Blackface and people going, people fucking do it. For one, a guy wearing a fraud head, I'll watch Hell Comes to Fraud Town. If I want musicals, I'll watch Little Shop of Horrors with Rick Moranis. If I want weird-ass movies, Riccio is a weird-ass movie, but that's a fun one. Bad Taste and Meet the Feebles are weird-ass movies, but I did enjoy them. This... Watch it, hey, be my guest. But it was definitely unique. I'll give you that. It was unique. It was different. It was surreal. It was absurd. And had a decent soundtrack. I'll at least give you that. And it was smart enough to be a short. Not 2.5 hours long. I'll give you that. So it's not one of the worst movies I've seen. Far from it. But I would never see it again. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.